What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with episode 34 of what to buy on eBay now. We've got some comic books, some vintage collection, and some vintage Kenner Star Wars figures. Before I dig in any further, I need to say thank you to Jimmy Hawk. He is my latest Patreon supporter. Thanks so much for helping out with the channel. And as I've already told you privately, your name may not appear in a few of the Patreon graphics moving forward, since I already recorded and uploaded some videos for YouTube. So don't be alarmed. Your name will appear in every video moving forward. But thank you so much, Jimmy, for joining the Patreon supporters. My Patreon supporters get video access, 24 hours early access. And you can go to patreon.com/actionfiguregrader to sign up. Let's dig into some awesome items. And as with all, I always caveat this. Make sure that you vet the sellers on everything that I'm showing you, and make sure that they're in the condition that you like. But the first one I wanted to start off with is Star Wars Tales number 23 in a CGC 9.8. This is the first cameo appearance of Darth Revan and Darth Malak. This is the painted cover. There's two different covers available for this book, as I've talked about in many videos. There's also a photo variant cover, but this is one I've got in my collection. And this one's at auction. It just went live on eBay today. As of the making of this video, there's 6 days, 12 hours left. There's one bid at $10 with $5 shipping. And I think I paid around $188, I think was the number I paid for mine. So somewhere in that ballpark. That was a pretty low price. I got kind of lucky with the final sales price. Usually you're talking $225 to $250 for this book. So that's a good, that's a really good key issue from the Dark Horse years. And if you can get it in that kind of $225 and under range, you're doing pretty well. I still think that Darth Malak and Darth Revan have a future in Disney Plus content. And even if they don't, so what? This is just a great book to have in your collection if you collect Star Wars comic books. But it's a nice CGC 9.8 with white pages and worth taking a look at. Next up, check out Toy Scout 2. And as with all my videos for what to buy, I'll put the item numbers in the video description. But he has, Toy Scout 2 is pretty active on eBay, and he has a number of different mint-on-card vintage Kenner figures for sale at auction right now. This is the 32 Baggie Yoda with a Toys R Us price sticker, and it is punched. Looks to be in pretty great condition with a clear blister. Right now it's at $153.50, 3 days, 14 hours left in this auction, but go check out the other items for sale under See Other Items. He's got something like 10 or 15 different mint-on cards in varying degrees and varying conditions. But check it out. This one is probably the best condition of the lot. But there's a number of really nice mint-on cards for sale at auction by Toy Scout 2. So go check out his offerings. Next up, we've got the original issue Ahsoka VC102, case fresh, and it is unpunched, the U.S. card back. Probably worth a look because it is at auction. It's $96 right now. This one also just went live, but it appears to be in pretty great shape overall. $96. It's 6 days, 9 hours left in this auction as of the making of this video. But you know, we've documented several that have sold anywhere from on the low end 280 to as high as about $350. I've seen as high as $400 for ungraded examples, and as high as $800 for very high-grade AFA-graded examples. So anyway, I think that the fair market value is somewhere between $300 and $350 for this example. Again, it's at $96 with over 6 days left in the auction. Also, check out this seller, NASA Cord H22. I don't know who this person is, but he or she has a number of really nice unpunched TVC 1.0s for sale. And this one is the VC48 Weequay Skiff Master, listed for $75, and it's making offer $850 shipping. There's 2 watchers on it right now, and it looks to be in pretty good shape. There's maybe some minor edge wear in the lower right-hand corner on the back of the card back, but overall pretty great shape. And this is by no means the end of what he has available. I mean, it's something like 10 or 15 really nice unpunched TVC 1.0 that are for sale. So just go check them out. I think they're all best offer accepted. Now's a really good time to be looking on eBay for different items for sale, because we're approaching tax season. We're kind of like in the mid-March. Taxes are due mid-April. And for those that owe money oftentimes on Facebook and on eBay, they're listing stuff to kind of clear up some money to help pay their taxes. So now's a really good time to be looking if you've got money to burn. But anyway, go check out that seller. He or she's got a number of different items available. Likewise, here's another one he has. This is an unpunched clone trooper 212th Battalion. Really nice TVC 1.0. I love the card art on that one. This one's listed for $120. Make an offer. 2 watchers on that one as well. And this one is the US card, again, unpunched. It looks like it's got one little ding in the lower left-hand corner on the back of the card. Some minor edge wear by the UPC code, but probably overall kind of a low 85 condition. You can see that little ding right there on the lower right-hand side. So, again, by no means perfect, but go check out everything that this seller has to offer. I've got a few comic books, and I always hesitate to show comics that are non-key issues. This is certainly not a key issue. This is War of the Bounty Hunters #4, but this is the John Tyler Christopher quote-unquote holiday variant cover that shows Boba Fett in the negative space. JTC does a number of these negative spaces for like Luke Skywalker, Emperor Palpatine, Yoda, and they seem to be pretty popular with collectors. They certainly present really nicely. This is kind of a cover lover book. Again, it's not a key issue, so keep that in mind. But right now it's at auction with over 3 days left. It's at $61 plus $15 shipping. I personally would not pay more than probably about $125 for this book. Because again, it's not a key issue. You're really buying it for the cover. But this seller has the blue version of Boba Fett as well as the green version. I like both of them. I think I like the blue one better, but they're both pretty nice. This one's at $36 plus $15 shipping with, again, 3 days and 12 hours left. A couple of different R2-D2 Sensorscope baggies hit the market. This one's listed for $200 plus $10 shipping. Best, you can make an offer on this one. It's a tape-sealed baggie, so keep that in mind. Really take a close look at the photos, but it does look to be appropriately tape-sealed and is not double-taped or retaped. That tape is yellowed, so probably a legit example of, I think it's the ESB-C or D, I can't remember, baggie. A little bit of yellowing to the sticker for R2, but easily an 80 grade baggie. So again, that one's $200 plus $10 shipping. And then at the same time, this one got listed for $212 free shipping. So there's 4 watchers on this one. And again, it's make an offer. You're probably talking $175 to $200 is probably about market for these. I've seen these sell in auctions for that. So it's not too far off of market value. And again, the tape on this one seems to be appropriately sealed without any kind of hijinks going on. So take a look at both of those. I think both of those are good buys. Next up, Disruptor. This seller has another uncirculated 8.5 Droids Boba Fett for sale, the Target exclusive. Now, one of these sold in an auction, the exact same grade, for $173 free shipping. This one's listed for $180 free shipping, so it's right in line with the last auction. And there's 6 watchers on this one. Maybe you watch this one and see if he makes you an offer, but I think that's a really good price for the uncirculated Target exclusive 8.5 grade Boba Fett. And then next, we got a book. We've got CGC 9.8 of Visions #1. This is the Peach Momoko Virgin Edition. One of these just sold in an auction for almost this exact same price. So this is not far off of market value. It is also make an offer. I think that the one that sold at auction sold for $118. And this one's listed for $130 plus $5 shipping. I think that you can make an offer for around $115, and maybe he or she accepts it. I don't know. But that's a really great cover. This is the first appearance of the Ronin Masterless Jedi or Force-sensitive fighters, and it obviously references the Disney Plus Visions Episode 1, which was amazing, by the way. This is a book I'd really love to have, as well as the New York Comic Con exclusive cover. But that's really close to market value because, as I said, one of them did sell in an auction for around $118 if memory serves. Next up, we've got the Canadian VC01 Dengar, and this one has the Boba Fett offer sticker error where it says Baba instead of Boba. And so this one is a tough one to find, and it looks to be in pretty great condition. It's listed for $250, make an offer. There's 5 watchers on that one. I think it's probably worth $200 to $225 pretty easily. Because it's got that Canadian error. It is an unpunched card, or excuse me, a punch card, because VC01 Dengar, I don't believe, came as an unpunched example, but it looks to be in really great shape. Just some minor edge wear in the lower right-hand corner as well as at the top on the back of the card, but probably an overall 85 pretty easily. and that very tough to find Canadian air is always desirable. But 250, 5 watchers make an offer. Maybe he takes 200 to 225. Next up, I've got another book. This is a CGC 9.8 of The Mandalorian #1, the first appearance of Din Djarin. This is the John Tyler Christopher action figure cover variant, and these are really not very expensive. This one's listed at auction with 3 days and 11 hours left as of the making of this video. Right now, it's at 30 bucks plus $17 shipping. I bet it sells for between 40 and 50 bucks. So it's very, very reasonably priced, and it certainly is an awesome cover. I love this cover. I've got this one in my collection. And these John Tyler Christopher action figure variants are always pretty desirable, but especially when you got a first appearance of a major character like Din Djarin. Likewise, I've got the Mandalorian #1 in the 1 in 25 David Aja variant cover. This is one I do not have in my collection, but this is for every 25 of the cover A, only one of these was made. It's a fantastic cover. It's at auction, 6 days, 11 hours left. Right now it's at 61 bucks plus $9.50 shipping. I bet it closes somewhere between $80 and $90 at most. I've seen as low as like 75 bucks for it. So it's already approaching market value, but with 6 days left, I personally wouldn't pay more than 85 or 90 bucks for it, but really nice looking book. And certainly one to add to your collection if you're into comics. Now, this is one I wanted to show because I received a really good offer for it. This seller has Star Wars #8, which is the first appearance of Jackson Rabbit, as you can see there on the right-hand side. Early vintage Marvel comic from 1978. It's a CGC 9.8 with white pages. This seller has 10 of them available. Somehow he got 10 CGC 9.8s, and this is a trusted seller. I bought from this seller before. There's 7 watchers on it, and it was listed for $385.95. I received an offer for $300. That's a huge discount. And at the peak of the comic book market, this was going for between $600 and $650. So if you're into these early Star Wars books in a high grade, 300 bucks is a really good price. And I would love to buy it right now, to be honest with you. There's 7 watchers on it. And again, you can, watch it, and maybe he makes you that same offer of 300 bucks. But 300 bucks is really cheap for this book. Even in an auction, one sold recently for more than $300. And I think it's because he's got 10 of them available. So just check it out. But if you're into those early books, that's a really, really great cover. And you can spend your money a lot worse than that. Next up, this seller, Patrol Dewback, always has really incredible items for sale. And he has a mint in sealed box speeder bike at auction, 3 days, 12 hours left. Right now it's at 170 bucks. He says it's about case fresh and it would probably score an 80. And look how beautiful this example is. It's got no fold to that flap at all. And it's mint in sealed packaging. It's got the tape on it. It looks to be in 80 grade condition pretty easily to me. And it does include the sliding acrylic case as part of the sale. So it's at auction. It's 170 bucks with $25 shipping right now. I think it'll probably end up selling for between $300 and $350. It might go as high as $400, but that is a beautiful example of the speeder bike without any fold whatsoever to that flap. So check that one out. Again, 3 days, 12 hours left on that. And then the same seller also has a mint on card die-cast TIE Fighter that has a clear blister with a price sticker, and it is a punched example, but it is in pretty flawless condition. The blister's in fantastic shape. The card looks absolutely case fresh, and he thinks it'll get an 80 grade with AFA, and I agree. I think this would easily score an 80 with the grading companies. Look how beautiful that blister is. Now, right now, it's at $386. 3 days, 12 hours left, $35 shipping. I bet that this closes somewhere between $450 and $500. It might go higher than that, though, because it's pretty flawless and a beautiful example. So check out both of those. And then finally, we've got an uncirculated 9.0 mail-away rocket-firing Boba Fett, VC03, I believe it is. And this is an unpunched example, again, graded uncirculated 9.0 by AFA. And the starting bid price is $250 with free shipping. And there's 3 watchers on it already. There's 4 days, 9 hours left in this auction. I bet it sells for between $250 and $300. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it goes lower than that. I don't know. But I'd be surprised if this doesn't sell, because that's a beautiful example unpunched and in really flawless, uncirculated 9.0 condition. Anyway, that's all I really had for this video. Lots of interesting items in this episode. I hope that you find something that you like. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll be back soon.